All right, we are live. Good afternoon and welcome to TLC Arts. Good afternoon, Facebook. Good afternoon, YouTube. And right now, it's the first day of summer. So we hope that everybody enjoys this day. In Canada, it's short lived, so everybody wants to go everywhere. And after COVID, or we're just starting to come out, everybody's just anxious to do things. Right? Okay, so I hope you enjoy your day. And on that note, we would like to make an announcement. And we will be taking TLC Arts, myself, Joan, and Nicole. And well, we now have Christine on board. My schedule, and Nicole will be painting still next week, and so you'll see her. And that'll be it for the summer, and then we'll come back in September for another season of painting. And we have a lot in store for you, so make sure you stay with us. And we have a plan. Christine will be joining us in doing a lot of work, painting and craft. So that's something to look forward to. So TLC Arts is sponsored by the Lakeside Church. I now lovingly call it the Loving Church. And we have Sunday service at 10:30 in the morning, and prayer meetings on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock in the evening. Check out our website at www.thelakesidechurch.ca for all sorts of information. Okay, so without further ado, I have John here for our devotional and prayer.
Hi, everybody. How are you all? Bless you all. Thank God for you. Thank God we're starting to have the nice weather now. It's beautiful outside our window, and we're really just starting to rejoice at the weather coming. I have scripture here. It's Luke 12:17. It's the story of the man who his fields bring forth abundantly, and he doesn't know what to do. He says, "Well, what shall I do?" And he decides, "I have to make more room for my crops." So he's going to tear down his barns and so on and so forth. So I read through what they have here, and as I reread the story of the parable, well, our Lord tells us, someone comes to Jesus and says, "Lord, make my brother split the inheritance with me." He says, "Man, who made me a judge or an arbiter over you?" He says, "Take heed and beware of covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses." And then he goes on to tell the story about the ground of a certain rich man yielded plentifully. And he thought within himself, and I just want you to notice how many times this guy uses a reference to himself, where he says, "I'll do this, I'll do that." Just take note of it. And he thought to himself, saying, "What shall I do, since I have no room to store my crops?" And he said, "I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there I will store all my crops and all my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, you have many goods laid up for yourself for many years. Take your ease, eat and drink and be merry." But God says to him that very night, "Thou fool, this night your soul is required of you. When will those, but then whose will those things be which you have provided? So is he," this is Jesus comment on it all. So is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. I have two cameras here, and sometimes I don't know which one to look at. So, Lord, we want to be rich towards you. And here in North America, we are the blessed in material things. Are we rich, O Lord, towards you? What are you talking about when you say, Lord, that people should be rich towards you and not so concerned with material things or the things of this life? When we forget about the fact that this life is temporal and we're just passing through. Lord, help us to hold tight to those things that are eternal and place value on those things that are eternal, like the souls of our loved ones, friends, or the love between that we share and family. These are the precious things. These are the real treasures. So I bless you all today. I give you this simple word just to because it was listed there. I hope you don't mind my understanding of it or interpretation of it. The man certainly was preoccupied with everything that was his and with everything that he would do, and he really seemed to take no thought to God. He never seemed to turn his heart and say, Lord, what should I do? I mean, the scriptures in the Old Testament, I was amazed as a young Christian when I saw something like when you're collecting your crops and you're done for the day and you turn and look and see that you have forgotten some of the bales of hay and some of the crops out there. Somehow you miss them. You're forbidden to go back and collect them for yourself. They're to be left for the poor. That your oversight was their gain. When you drop a coin at the store, do you greedily reach down and pick it up? Or do you leave it there for somebody who might need a quarter or a dime or something for coffee? I mean, is that crazy? I don't know. Just the other day, I left my change on the floor when I dropped it because someone might need it. Because I remembered that scripture. Is that crazy? I don't know. But anyway, God bless you all. Have yourselves a great day. I know you're in great hands with my dear wife. And may you all be richly blessed. May we be rich towards God in our hearts, and in our souls, and in our minds. And enjoy that richness. Let it be manifest. Let other people see, hey, you're enjoying it. Bless you.
Oh, it's really nice. I've got my glasses. Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. It was really, really nice. Thank you so much, John, and that's lovely reading. And thank you for the word, and thank you for the interpretation, which is so appropriate to what we will be doing today. So we'll be painting a barn, and I've given out stencils, and I hope everyone has their little barn cut out and painted. Drawn on their canvas. Okay, so I've done that for my canvas, and I've taped this area. I'll take this group. So I don't get excess paint on my barn that I had. But if you do end up getting paint on the barn, it's still okay. So what we will be doing is this guy here. I've done one before, and it's a bigger one. And it's this. Right, there's a road, the tree, the sky, and everything. So we'll do a smaller version to just focus on the barn and our tree. All right. We're just gonna do the sky clear sky, but if you folks want to do a little bit of um, clouds, that's also perfect. Okay, I hope I don't have with. There you go. All right. So for today, plain canvas. All right. I'll give you a little bit of a preview as to what it's going to. Okay. And don't be scared by it. It's not that hard. All right. Yes. Hello. Absolutely amazing to see you and everyone on Facebook. Hello, everyone. And here we go. So go ahead and wet my whitest brush. And we'll just plainly use blue and white. Your sky. So what we're going to do, we're going to determine where our horizon is going to be. So for this particular one, say our horizon is going to be guesstimated. All right. Okay. Now we can go ahead and paint our sky. Right. Let me know who is on. And I'm expecting Nicole to be monitoring our WhatsApp. And if you have any question, just go ahead and type in your question on WhatsApp or directly on YouTube. The one on YouTube I could see right away. Okay? On Facebook, not a problem. Just type in your question and I will answer them later on at the end of the session. Okay? So just light blue sky. So what it is, I'm just mixing a little bit of blue and the white and going back and forth. So when you go back and forth, it works the paint into the canvas. Soaks it better. Or that's I'm gonna make it a little bit darker on the corners. to give it a little bit of variation in the sky. Clear blue sky. And at this point, if you want to do some clouds, you are absolutely more than welcome to do so. Okay, but for the benefit of ease, we'll have a clear blue sky today. The benefit of those that are not yet into cloud making. I'm rinsing my white brush. There's my stencil. Put that away for now. And then, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna lay our greens here, but just to block the colors, okay? We'll have a little bit of green. This is just to block the color, okay? So a touch of green and a touch of black. Ooh, that's a lot. Add more green. There you go. So as before, if you have any question, go ahead and let me know. So we're just blocking these colors, not really doing anything here. Blocking the colors, that way it will start to get absorbed in our canvas, okay? So that's dark green, just that green that you have, and a little bit of black, just a touch, give you dark green color. My background music is so quiet. Hopefully I don't infringe on any copyright. As we learned last week, the hard way. I want to listen to you. And turn it up just a hair. Okay. There you go. And then later on we'll have a little pop here, okay? There you go. Block that color and let that dry. Okay. Rinse the brush. My white brush, that is. Don't let it sit in the water. So you don't ruin your brush. So now we're gonna take off our green paint. Green tape. I'm gonna use this little ruler to lift edges of the tape. And You're just doing the canvas, the barn, and if you're just drawing the barn right now, and you haven't had a chance to let the ink dry, if you're using Sharpie or something like that, you might want to just continue watching and then wait till later on, because if you use that now with the paint, it will lift the black ink and it'll ruin your work. Okay, so make sure that your ink is dry. Oh, actually, even though I dried this, you probably could not see it very well, but I could see it. A little bit of the black ink lifted right on the roof there. Right? See, that's what happened. And this is after I've let it dry for a couple of hours already. Right, so now we're gonna go for our barn. Go for this one. Use the one that has a sharp edge. That way you'll have clean lines. I wet my brush a bit. What I'm gonna use is just a little bit of the brown. Now I gave you guys brown paint this time because it's kind of difficult to mix the primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, to make brown and be consistent about it. So that's why you have the brown, a little bit of brown in your set this time. Okay, so I'm just using a little bit of brown here. I'm gonna pick up some red and mix that up. Laying the foundation color of our barn, our red barn. All right, here we go. Just follow the. We'll start on the roof. Too dark. A little bit of white. Lighten it up a bit. There you go. Just pull that down. This painting, by the way, is inspired by Brenda Harris, one of the first few artists that I followed when I started painting. She's got a few books, but I don't see very many videos of her. Hopefully someday she would. Really, really good, and her instructions are really, really clear. So trying to stay within my lines, but oh well. There you go. My red roof. Oh, hope you got yourself a neat little fork to use later on. Instead of, if you don't have one of these palette knives. All right. So now the barn, we'll make it much lighter roof. I'll give it a little bit more white, the same batch of paint, and a teeny tiny bit of black over on the side just to give it a variation. Okay, so it's brown with red. This one has more white, and this one a little bit of black. Let's go to the barn. The barn is very old. We'll make it look like it's old. Right? Okay. Going right about this door here. Go. And maybe I'll put in a little bit more of the brown and red color. Oh, gray. Mixing black. So start at the edge. Carefully pull down your brush. Follow your line. Paint on my brush. Just wipe it off. How is everybody? Oh, uh, Shirley Ann, can you hold on for one moment? Let me just check out why you cannot hear me. Um, One moment. Please bear with me. There we go. All right. Can you hear me? Could you type in a message, Auntie Shirley? How about on Facebook? I hope everyone is able to hear me. Okay, guys, make sure that I take. Okay. Auntie Shirley Ann, would you mind sending me a message if you can or cannot hear me on YouTube? Right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue on with my gray brown mix. The Nicole, would you be able to send me a message to see if my audio is working? Maybe Abby, you could ask Ate if you could see me on Facebook and if you could hear me, Facebook or YouTube. Yes. Check if I have audio. All right. So I'm doing. If you notice, I'm doing it in sections. Okay, so the top, then this section, and that way I can still see my line, the dark, my pen. If I go over it with paint, there's a tendency for it to blend it in with my paint, and I don't want to lose my guide. All right, so let's do this part. A little bit of water, a little bit of black, brown, red. All right, that's that. Thank you, Des. That. So now I'm rinsing my flat brush. I'm gonna take a little drink. Make sure you have a nice cool drink this hot summer day. Let me show you so far where we are at. So we just blocked off sections of our barn, the sky, and our grass or field to be. All right, go. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the drama in our barn, okay? And later on we'll have a tree right there. So if you have yourself a little ruler, in my case I'm using a an old Tim Hortons card, or at least hope it's empty. I'm gonna use it as a guide. Okay, so it's small enough. I have my other ruler here too. A little thing like this, or a card, or a calling card. That'll do too. To make my lines, okay, just so I stay straight. Right. So we're gonna mix here a little bit of darker color, and I'm using now my my liner brush. Okay, my teeny tiny brush. There you go. Better that way. Okay, so mix it with water. So I took some black, I took some white, and a little bit of that brown mixture that we had earlier. And this time we're gonna make lines on our roof, okay? Ready, everyone? Auntie Shirley Ann, maybe if you cannot hear me, see that I am not on mute. And if you want to try it on Facebook, look for me under Joan Lawlor, Lawlor. So maybe that'll be work better for you. Okay, but check your speaker. Speaker. A gray mixture, and right next to it would still be my brown. So we'll go back and forth in that color, in that pile of paint, red, brown, white. This one I don't have black on this batch. This is the one that has the black. Okay, so we go back and forth as we make our roof lines. All right. So of course we're gonna follow this line. Actually, I'm gonna start a far end. Go. So this is my light color that I started with. Come closer. See it better. Okay, so light color. Just imagine the roof panels, see how they are. They're about a quarter of an inch apart each line. Oh, I'll go with brown. This time I'll go with darker color. That'll be the black mixture. I'm just going from the top of the roof. Then I go from the bottom of the roof here, then go to the middle. Top to the middle, they're sort of meeting. And make sure I keep it in an angle. Do that again. Okay. The lines doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Because it's an old roof, and the owner of the barn did not take care of the barn very much. It's starting to wear off, and it probably got some holes from all the hail that has fallen on it. You know, you gotta make up the useless as you go along. Oh, right. And we'll go back again and see how we are. We're best. More line. All right. So how are we doing, everybody? Oh, and Shirley Ann, look for me on Facebook at Joan Lawlor. And my last name is Lawlor. Lawlor. All right, so now you got my full name, and hopefully that works. All right, and then we'll come back and we'll put some highlights on the roof. All right, so this time we're gonna do our panels on our barn. I wonder, maybe I could use the card. Why not? Good idea, but that's too hard. Okay. So we're going for more gray color for our bar. Okay. And we'll just make lines. So the same way, we'll use our card or ruler or whatever you have as a guide. So it's just straight up and down, okay? Up. All right. We'll just keep on going up and down here. Give our barn an old look. So it's black, white, and brown. I'm just not really blending it on my liner brush, but I'm just dipping it on those colors, okay? Now there's old boards that are coming up. Very much of boards. Some of them have holes. This door is actually broken. I love doing this painting. When I did the first one, it took me a while because I kept on going back and doing all sorts of things to finish it. Okay. Sure, don't go up. Okay, so you can see this thing. Uh, Up and down. Take it easy. These small lines. And let your arm go up and down as opposed to the wrist. Okay. And is anybody having any issue with the audio on YouTube? Please let me know. And if you still could not get it, maybe I'm having issue with my internet. I don't know. You can find me on Facebook, Joan Lawlor. We'll continue there. Okay. So just going back and forth, back and forth. Now, in my original painting, this one that we are doing today goes up and down. You can decide whether you go that way, vertical or horizontal. All right, so we'll let these little boards dry, and we'll come back to that, and we'll put highlights on that. Meantime, we'll get our black paint. I'll rinse my brush on the side, and now we'll use my teeny tiny test pen. Black. This time is black, more predominant, and a touch of brown. Okay, but it's very dark color. Where we're going with this? We're gonna do our window. Okay, we're gonna paint the back of our door. They're black as well. So there's a little triangle here between the door that's still okay, the broken down door. When you do this painting, I want you to be satisfied with what you have. I want you to be more interested and keep on going back at it and make it a little older. Can you do some gardening, like little plants here and there? Okay, so that's that. Rinsing my brush. I'm gonna go my brown color combination with gray. This time I'm gonna paint our door. Right, that's the background of our door. Right, I'm gonna go for my third door right here. All right, go. All right. Okay. So, same color. I'm just gonna add a little bit more white, a little bit of water, and that a bit. And I add some more lines for our barn door. Okay. Look old, right? You can use your cardigan at this point. Black, brown, and white. Okay. Maybe the farmer hit the door and broke it. I didn't bother get it fixed. Got a broken door. All right. So now most of this is now dry. I'm gonna touch a little bit of yellow. Okay. Just a teeny tiny bit of yellow. We'll add that to our mixture. Our red, the black, just a touch of yellow. Ooh, that's a bit. And some white. There you go. Okay, so that's just a tiny bit of yellow, white, and the same color. We're gonna go back to our roof. Put in our highlights. Just a bit. Just so hold your brush lightly and just a touch here and there. Okay? Where the sun has worn out part of the roof. The years. Always start from the top. Okay, so not everywhere, okay? Just in sections that the roof has worn out. But of course, more so at the top. All right, on the side, So yellow, white. More red. Okay, yellow and red, but it's not to mix. Just sort of put the paint in your brush and not to go. Dab, dab, dab. Lines. You're comfortable freehanding it, that's perfectly fine. You want to use your ruler or your card, you can do that too. Okay, so not everywhere, okay? So just certain sections of the barn. All right. Layering and layering until our barn looks so old. Okay. But the far end there. Hold on. Forget you. Oop, that's too red. All right. Okay. So the last layer would be a little bit of black in the same batch. Okay. A little bit more black. Mixture of paint, of red, yellow, and white. Now we're gonna touch black all in your brush. So just lightly touch everywhere. I mean, well, lines, okay? Lightly touch. So if you're gonna go back to your card, you just make sure you don't smear your paint. Just go like that, a little bit at a time. Okay? See what I mean? Still holding my Tim Hortons card. There you go. Paint. This just kind of makes the board old. All right. Bring that closer so you can see how the boards are now starting to look old. Okay? Just layering of colors. It's not hard at all, but light touch is the key. All right? Ready. I think ready to do some trees. Okay. All right. So we're gonna put a little bit of highlight on our door. Actually, let's do highlight on the window first. Just a little bit of white on the tip of your brush. Just touch side of your window. Just a little bit. Not the entire window, okay? Just one side. That side. Top and then that side. So I'm looking at it from here. I can see more light from there. All right, the same thing here. Top of our door. Have the frame of our door. We can see it. All right. Can you see your door now? Door here slowly gone. All right. Now we're going to go back to our liner brush. I'm going to rinse this for now. And frame our entire barn. Okay, so for this, it's just the liner brush and with a lot of liquid water, just plain black. You can put brown. More black than brown, okay? We're going to frame everything all around our barn. Carefully mark it. Very thin. The way to make your liner brush work, very make your paint very thin. So that's a lot of water. Okay. And if you find that you've got too much on your brush, wipe it off. Then go at it again. So this is just framing our barn. The front is the one that's only going to be. Right? Corner. All right. Okay. So we're not doing black here or here, okay? We're gonna do there actually is more gray. I'm just cleaning up here, but you don't have to do this. I have some paint that went over. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just cleaning up the edge. Right. Now it's regular tree. Do it here. We're gonna do our little brown brush. Use it. A little bit of white maybe. We're gonna start our top of our tree about here. We'll do this leaves in clusters, okay? One here, one there. Another one over there. There's a set of cluster here. And this is just the background of our tree, okay? And this is moving. And the secret is to just dab, dab, dab. There's a cluster over here. Maybe another cluster here. All right. That's the background of our tree. Now we're gonna give it a trunk. Okay. Back to that later on. I'll come back to my medium-sized brush. Let's mix brown, white. I'll just pick up my leftover color from the barn. And trunk would go there, there, there. And of course, the bottom of the tree is always wider. Right? The door. And then we're going to give it some branches. One of the branches goes this way. And another one goes over here. And another one goes over there. And it kind of curls down. Another one over there. Over here. Oh, that's too thick. See what happened there? I had too much paint in my brush. So I ended up giving it a big thick branch. All right. More branches. Got a big tree. All right, so we'll leave that for now. We're gonna come back and do the leaves and the highlights on it. But right now it's okay. So right now we'll leave it. It's wet. We're gonna work on our field. So what we'll use is our fan brush. Hope you remember to use your fan brush. Might be too thick. Oh well. So we'll mix green with yellow. And we're not really blending it, okay? So you see me? Green, yellow, And we're dabbing them all over. We'll make a big batch of that. Dab, 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 dab all over the tip of your brush. So you can see there's greens and yellows in my brush. Some yellow on the other side. Okay, we'll hold your brush almost downward, and we'll touch our canvas all over the green area. See how that is? That's pretty. Got yellow and green. You want to add some dark green, that's also, and work it right up against the house, or the barn, I should say. And the reason why we're dabbing and not stroking this time, so that there will be variation on your ground. There's going to be a depth. So you can see some are dark, some are light, some have yellow. That's the beauty of that. Don't worry about dabbing on your canvas. Canvas are strong and they won't tear with your brush. Okay, so I added some black on my green, and just to give it a little bit of drama, a little bit of depth. Right there by my tree, we will have some shadows. Big tree. We'll give it a pretty big shadow right there. Right against the barn, okay? There's one thing that I'm doing here. Oops, I touched red. Oh well. So I'll give this red things. Okay, take off that red. Okay, just want yellow and green for now. So dab, dab, dab on the yellow, dab, dab, dab on the green. And we'll cover that red for now. Right. So this guy has a nice green field. Okay. Now it has some red, so we're gonna go ahead and give it some red. Go with my little hand brush. Where is it? There. Give the guy some flowers. So it's yellow. I'm touching red, yellow, and I think I would like some flowers right about here. Inside his barn. And if you have some purples you want to use, some blues that you want to put in, you can do that too. It's your barn after all, your field. Right. Those are yellow. Now it's starting to climb up the barn. Leaves. This guy is not careful. He's gonna be overrun with weeds. Yeah. Yellows. Some yellow flowers over here. And maybe some yellows here and there. We'll have a little dark bush growing on the side of this barn. There we go. There it is now. A little bit of highlight. All right. So that tree now pretty much dry. Yep. We're gonna go back to our brush, the round stiff brush. Okay. So we'll do yellow, green, and white. Okay. So just dab your paint on your brush. And we're gonna go in clusters again. One cluster. Right next to the initial batch of leaves that you did. But don't cover it. Okay? I know whose message that was. Okay. Green. Do a little bit more yellow. And some white. Go. More yellow. This batch. Don't cover the initial cluster of leaves. Go. And don't just dab it all over the place. Do it in clusters. Like this little group here. And some more green, some more white, some more yellow. And it'll go over on this branch. Right? Okie dokie. Now we're done with our leaves. Let's give our tree trunk some highlight. Okay. So that'll be my medium brush. We're going back to that batch of paint that we did earlier. So it's black, white, brown, more white. There we go. Just a little bit on the tip of your brush. I'm using the little brush this time. And we'll do, say the sun is here. Highlight here on this side, okay? Not too much. Okay. Any of the just very, very light brown. One over here. One over here. Just a little bit of color. If you may end up making it too bright, then tone it down. Just a little bit of that dark brown and black mixture that you have. Put that in. All right, so of course the bottom of the tree is never straight. I'm gonna go like that. And just clean that up. All right. We are almost done here. We're gonna give it a pat. We'll give our farmer a little pat. I'll use a white brush. No. All right. So what we will do for our pat, just like the steps or stairs that we did before in Christine's painting. I see my on the side there too much. We'll mix a very light brown and black maybe combination. Okay, so we're gonna do it right here from the door. Straight across, okay? About an inch wide. And maybe I'll go over this way. My pot disappears. Back my greens. And my yellows there. Cover them. Pink. Clean that up. Mixtures of this time I'm gonna go with black and white. So it'll become the focal point of your paintings. I want black and just combination of black, white, and brown, going back and forth. Maybe put some green over there. All right. And go back to my fan brush. In our path, show you what we're doing here now. Okay, so off balance. I'm gonna give the path a little bit more character. I'm putting in some more of the dark leaves, and then maybe some bush on its side. Just little bits here and there. The greens has come to the across the path. The guy doesn't really mow his lawn. Now he's come to the path. He's at the door. Let John do take care of that. Okay. And some of the dark green ventures into the path. Just to give your path a dimension. All right. Throw in some dark leaves here and there. This painting is pretty much done. There's a little bush there. I don't know. You don't have to. That's fine. Maybe the distance. That's fine too. All right. So it's 3:30 now. This, my friends, pretty much done. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of highlight on our tree. I forgot. Pounce it so it'll. I know it sounds like I'm destroying my bristles, but no, I'm making it so that the bristles come apart, become frayed like that. Perfect for leaves. So going back to my white and my yellow, just dab, dab, dab. And highlight it. We're highlighting the top of our tree. Okay. It's white. And don't forget, leaves are always in cluster, okay? So make your brush work with you, for you. Turn it. That's what I do. Turn. As you're dabbing, turn it and give it a variety of dabs and shapes and all sorts of things. There you go. A little bit more highlight here. See, I'm turning my brush. All right? And let's see. Maybe some of the leaves are falling, sort of. Yep. Nice now. I hope you get to enjoy it. There's many barns in the farm whenever we go out and um, up north. See a lot of them all over the place. And I get to do one this time. I'm going to show it on YouTube first. There's your tree, the barn, the field, the path, And on Facebook, here you go. And you can keep on working at it. You can put some different flowers. You could even make a rock. That's perfectly fine. All right. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I definitely enjoyed working on my barn. This is now my third one, and I love doing it. Have yourself a great day. Bye. Oh, don't forget, this is the last one for me. Enjoy. Bye.